What's up, everybody? Welcome in to the Right Side of Campus podcast. It is me, the big man on campus, here January 29th, 2018. Getting ready for a Monday evening in college hoops. Not a big card. Hopefully, we'll find a winner today and get back in the saddle. Um, Off not a great weekend. What are you going to do? 83 and 52, 62%, up 25.6 units for the season. Um, I hope to get to 30 units. I had 29 units, but um, not a great Saturday, and then a loser on Sunday brought me back down a little bit. So again, I mean, for me, what are you going to do, right? I don't really worry about the losses. What can you do? I can make the right bets. If they don't win, they don't win. I'm moving on. I don't really worry too much about what went on already. Still having a great year for myself. So I guess again, guys, that's what's important to mention here. All I'm doing is sharing my plays with you. These are the bets that I make. These are the bets that I'm putting out there personally to share with you. Um, I don't. I don't get anything for this. I don't. I probably should be. I mean, I should definitely charge, but I don't. I'm not. I don't need to bounce back. I'm not. What do I have to bounce back on? I'm murdering it this year. There's nothing to bounce back on. I mean, I'm just going to keep trudging forward. I've said before, and I'll say it again. Back in December when I was up, I said, look, if I'm like this in March, then we can start pat ourselves on the back. But this is not that many units. This can lose. We can lose these. I can lose these. We're this is just like what can I say? I'm basically just sharing my stuff with all of you. So again, I don't take any bullshit. If you act stupid to me, I just block you. I don't have time to deal with people. I don't have time to deal with negativity. If you're negative to me, I don't know you anything. I just block you. Um, so we'll get into the card, break down each game here, and try to find some value here. Any recommendations on solid? No, I'm not really going to recommend a book. No book pays me to recommend them. So, here's what I would do if I were you. Go to sportsbookreview.com. SBR does a great job of reviewing all the books. They'll give you the best of the best. I would choose from that group. Happy Super Bowl week. Thank you. Good point, Tyler. Happy Super Bowl week. Let's get into the show here. Again, 83 and 52 on the season, 62%, up 25.6 units. Going to go to my play tonight. We'll start it off there. We'll wait a minute before we get everyone in here. And if you're in here, please like the show. It's very helpful to me, and it gets my analytics looking the right way. So please like the show. And hey, even if you don't like it, you're in here. So thank you for the view. That's all that matters really is the views. And by you coming in here and dislike the show, that's actually almost beneficial. So we'll take it. And actually in that little discussion there, someone did dislike the show. So, hey, I thank you for watching nonetheless. Thanks, Dylan. Losses happen. Those who focus on the day versus the season are idiots and don't belong betting in the first place. We've been around a long time. I think we all know that. Good point. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate it, man. Brad Dale with arguably the dumbest thing we'll see on this chat today. Do you bet your best play? No, Brad. I just give it out for no reason. Of course, I bet it, Brad. I mean, what? That's like asking a cook if he eats his own food. Of course he does. I mean, if it's good enough to give to other people, why isn't it good enough to bet? Brad, this is how I make money betting. This is how I make my money. This is how, like, whatever you do in your job, this is how you make your money. Of course, I bet my place. I understand the line in spot for Wisconsin, but Nebraska's killed the number this year and have a lot of talent. We'll get into that. Well, Mark, I'm not those people. So maybe Brad has a point. No, I'm not taking him to the woodshed. I mean, good point, Dan Lapp. If I'm in a strip club, I'm going to bang the best stripper. Good point. Very good point. Let's get into the show. I don't want to hurt Brad's feeling. He's just wondering, obviously. Yes, Brad, I bet my own play. If you want, I'll send you the bet slip tonight that I did bet the game that I'm betting. By the way, guys, want to make everyone aware. You guys always know where to find me, SBR every day. But tonight, I do believe we'll have another call-in show with Blackjack Fletcher. I know some of you guys opined on Saturday night when we did that. Had a great time. We basically took calls the whole way through. It's a great show. Him and I have fun. I think we're going to be doing one again tonight. So if you're out there, follow me on Twitter. I'm not sure exactly what time we're doing it just yet, but I urge all of you, check it out. You can call in. It's really easy. It's like calling into a radio station. We'll get you up. We'll answer any questions you have on anything. And I'd ask you to check it out. So me and Blackjack Fletcher, look for that hopefully tonight. Any chance you're going to Minneapolis? No, I wish I was. I think I should. I mean, I see people that are going there that I don't really know why they're going because no one listens to the radio stations. But hey, maybe someday. But no, I'm not going to Minneapolis. Keep doing what you're doing. You have the most insight and you're sharing it. Thanks, Matt. Blackjack Fletcher's a character. Yeah, it is a fun show. We have some fun there on that. Some people don't know. Some people don't. That's why I asked. And no, you didn't hurt my feelings. Brad, I think you're well aware by now that I'm pretty real with what I do. I don't have any reason to make things up. Why would I? I'm literally on the air every day. There's not really much I can make up. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't write for the NFL, so there's not really a way I could apply for a media credential. So maybe someday. I'll be real. I don't really want to go. I'd much rather stay in Philadelphia and be with people that I care about. What about Costa Rica? Yeah, I'm not going to Costa Rica either. That's Donnie's thing. Guys, I'm not a big NFL guy, as many know. I like, my Eagles, and that's about it. And I'll be in Philadelphia. I'll be taking some video of that. Should be fun. Hopefully to be a great game. We were doing great on Saturday until that dude commented on the score at halftime. Yeah, well, people just don't get it, do they? Regardless of units, I learned a ton about college basketball. Thanks. Why did you originally beef with Blackjack Fletcher? Well, he was on Barstool Radio, and basically he made some comments about William and Mary, and I don't know, I just didn't agree really with him, and it kind of set me off, and I called in and just kind of went going, and I basically just said to him, like, make sure you give yourself a little time before you start crowing. You're early in the game, but he's a great guy, really good dude. One of the people that I enjoy talking to. He's he's a smart guy, good background, and we seem to have a decent show together. So maybe we'll keep it going. Yeah, I hear you, Mark Hamblin. Maybe someday. Big man, I know we're kind of far out, but you plan on doing a breakdown of the bracket, of course. While we buy time, can we admit Fairfield is going to get lit tonight? I don't know about that. Could be worse. You could be giving out tickets with fake rotation numbers. Yeah, that guy. That dude's been a troll for some time. He's been a scam for a long time. Am I ever tempted to move to Vegas? No. Why would I? I'll just stay here, and when New Jersey gets legalized, I'll be right there. I wouldn't have any interest in Vegas. I would have to get a really high-level job to move there. Like if someone came to me and said, like if SBR said, hey, we're going to open an office in Vegas, we're going to pay you $100,000 a year to go out there, I would definitely go. But no, I've not tempted. I've made the comment before. Even when legalization happens, I'll still bet with my people. It's not going to ever shock my style. Yeah. No, I did. Yeah, sure. Clemson, I mentioned. Yeah, sure. I had a friend, Blackjack Mazzarone. That didn't end well. Yeah, I remember him, Tony. I gave you the Rat Pack picture. Sure. Let's get into the show here. Let me go with my play of the day. Thanks to all the people in here watching. Hope you thoroughly enjoy the show. Jump on the chat if you have any questions. All you have to do is hit the chat icon. Maybe it might be hidden for you. Just hit the chat button. You can log in and react. What's up, Bruce Chad? Good to see Bruce Chad in here. My play of the day, I'm going to go with a team that I've had some success with this year, had success with them last year, and I really like how they've been playing lately. And it was my first instinct. When I looked at this card, all day, This game I zeroed in on this whole time, and I'm going to go with it here. I'm going to go with Illinois Chicago tonight, plus the points, plus 4.5 at UW Milwaukee. Illinois Chicago has been pretty good to me, and I remember a couple weeks ago I backed them with Greg Peterson. He was on the show, and I backed them. They won big. I think they won. I think it might have been this game against Milwaukee a couple weeks ago in Chicago. I bet them at Pick'em, and they won by like 15. I remember it was basically over at halftime, and I'm going to back them on the second matchup here as well. That game that they beat Milwaukee the first time, the game that I had bet on them with, Tarkus Ferguson was just coming back. Their point guard, he was really kind of, frankly, he was the do-everything player for this team. He was the guy that makes them go. And the first game back, I think he had double-digit assists. He's not a guy that's going to get to the hoop and score 30 points a game, but what he's going to do is he's going to facilitate the offense. He's a great defender, and he's going to involve the team. He's just what makes them go. And with him back to the lineup, they're a totally different basketball team. They're 6-1 since he came back. I think the lone loss was to Oakland in Oakland. So, I mean, there's nothing to write home about that and be down on yourself for that one. They've covered 4 of 6 against this Panther team. And defensively, they've really tightened up, I think, as well. You look at in conference, UIC's only allowing opponents to shoot 40.2%. And Milwaukee's had trouble all year really maintaining consistency offensively. I just like this team. I think this is a game where they're just getting too many points. I don't know that I understand. I think at any rate, this game's close. I wouldn't be surprised if Milwaukee wins or if Illinois Chicago wins. I mean, they've played really well against this group over the last couple of years. So with Tarkus back, I think they're a bet-on team, and hence the reason they are my play of the day. I'm going to go UIC plus 4.5 here against Milwaukee. Can you please unblock me from Twitter? I always enjoyed following you. There's a reason I blocked you from Twitter, I'm sure. And if you can send me your name, I'll find out why I blocked you. I don't block people for no reason. You have to go into something. You have to hit 2-3 different buttons. There's a reason I blocked you on Twitter, and I'm sure there's not going to be a reason I unblock you either. If there was a reason, I did it for a reason. So send me your name, and I'll look it up. I have like 7,000 followers at this point, so I'm sure there's something you said that was pretty stupid. Maybe the Eagles should insult Brady's daughter, throw him off his game. Settle down, Lauren. We don't do that kind of stuff. Wait till you come out to Vegas. You might just want to stay. Not going to happen. What's up, Akreet? Welcome in. What's up, Scott K? James Bew, what's up? Bird Chirp Gaming, what's up? I took the money line. Get that money. Yeah. By the way, guys, my name's Big Man. Don't call me Biggie. Biggie's a rapper. I don't want to be on that level. Call me Big Man. That Biggie's right behind me, or on whatever side. He's right there, right behind my ear. That's Biggie. Tarkus Ferguson makes that team go. Exactly. He's a really good defender. And yeah, I mean, he adds just so much on the offensive end. You only block people who are truthful. Okay, John, I won't block you. Be truthful. Let's hear it. I'll give you 5 minutes, John. Explain what you have to say so I can fucking sun you and embarrass you. Go ahead, John. Let's hear it. So we'll wait for John, because now John made the comments and he wants to talk. John has nothing better to do on a Monday evening. He's on here bothering us. So John, we'll give you for your effort. We'll give you an A for effort. Let's see what you got. So again, I'm calling you out now. What do you got to say? Let me know. You're notorious for great basketball knowledge. Thank you, Blue Bayou. Appreciate it. Yeah, John can call in. I mean, he's welcome to. John won't say anything, though, because John hides behind the internet. That's what John does. That's John's life, the internet. He can be anybody he wants to be on the internet. And I'm sure he's that stupid fuckhead that's always bothered me. But, these people aren't all mentally there. They're so unhappy with their regular lives that they're on here bothering us. Scott Letty, I'm not sure why Milwaukee is favored in this game. Yeah, I think it's just because they're at home, maybe. What's up, Mike A? Scott Brooks. Yep, we'll get into it. Don't worry. We're waiting for John to speak here. John doesn't want to say anything. John must be just, I'm going to come in and say something stupid. And then when someone actually recognizes it, I'm going to point out. Yeah, John, it is. This is my life. Exactly. I've given my life to sports betting. It's what I do, John. I'm not really sure what your reasoning is. You're just a fucking loser that has nothing better to do with his life. So he hides behind some name, and I'm sure you have multiple ones. But John, thank you for your view. I'm going to give you 2 more minutes. If you don't say anything worth talking about, you're right. I will block you. And then when you come in again, I'll block you on that name. John, you're not bothering what I'm doing here. I mean, I got a ton of people in here watching me. We all really enjoyed talking about basketball. You just want to be a loser in here and fuck with the system. But you know what, John? You're not fucking with the system. Ever since you started hating me, Boston Token, all those different names, ever since you started that, all my followers have gone up, John. I don't know what you're getting at here. I don't know what any of these haters are trying to get at. You're not fucking bringing me down. I've only grown. I mean, honestly, are we all this stupid? Of course you don't care. Then why are you in here? You're all proving you that you're a fucking loser and you have no life, John. And that's why you're in here. We're leaving you in here because you're a fucking laughable joke. So, John, again, you have 1 more minute. Okay, John, you're just kind of a loser. So, again, we'll give you 1 more minute. If you have nothing else to say, we're going to block you. You live with your parents, let's be honest. Okay. Well, you know what? Here's what I can do. I can take a video of where I live if you guys really want. John, it's Y-O-U-R with the apostrophe. It's not Y-O-U-R. Learn your grammar, dumb fuck. John's been body bagged. He's just trying to hang on and yeah. I mean, John, get your grammar right, man. If you're actually going to, yeah, John, you can call in. I've asked you. You can call in. I know Bob Black. Joe Black's a loser too. When I see him again, he'll get blocked. I know. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to block him. I don't know where his name is. Let's get into the rest of the card here. But hey, thanks for listening, all you guys. Michigan Northwestern. I said on the show earlier, I thought this was kind of a few too many points. Michigan's a team that are hard to back because they don't do a lot of things well to close games out. They're not a good foul shooting team. They're not a great rebounding team. They're not great defensively either. Look, Northwestern's had kind of a disappointing season, but at the end of the day, they're not an awful basketball team. I think Michigan's always a little fat and happy at home. I don't think 7.5 is that many, not too bad. I would take a shot with that maybe. Michigan doesn't make enough free throws to be laying 7.5, 8 points. So, yeah, for me, I'd kind of lean with the Northwestern Wildcats here. Well, if I only block people who knew the truth about me, I mean, again, the truth about me is that I live with my parents. If anyone wants, I can show them my apartment that I live in here. Believe me, I'm not the last. I moved out from my parents' house when I was 18 because I haven't lived at home for 10 years. I'm the polar opposite of that. I could work for my parents. My brother and sister work for my parents. I don't. I prefer to do my own thing in life. So that's one thing that does kind of bother me when people say that. I don't work for my parents, though I could. My parents are great people and they care about their children, but I don't work for my parents. If I worked for my parents, you think I'd be on here with all of you so much? I'm trying to do something my own way. Thanks. And I know, I'm just mentioning it. Let's keep it moving here. Notre Dame Duke. I have a hard time finding a way Notre Dame can hang around here, especially off of a loss. I mean, Duke was humbled over the weekend. They didn't play well. They need more options. They need good games out of Trayvon Duval. They need Grayson Allen to play well. They just haven't gotten very good guard play this year, and that's the truth. They need to wisen up. They need to get better, and this is a good spot at home. This Notre Dame team's a shell of what they once were. They're struggling a little bit on the defensive end here over the last 5 or so games. Matt Farrell's not playing. Bonzie Colson's been out for a while. DJ Harvey's out. This is going to be a tough mountain to climb if you're Notre Dame Fighting Irish here. I have to think. Estevan, yes, the play of the day is UIC. I mean, how many times we got to say it here, guys? Listen, I mean, come on. Oh man, yeah. I'm gonna go. I would go with Duke here if I had to play the game. I think this is one of those kind of get right games for the Blue Devils. They need to improve defensively. This team has some concerns, and the guard play is one of the ones that you really got to be worried about. Thanks, Louie. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, we know who it is. Let's just, Matt, if we see him in here, just go ahead and block him. We don't need to explain ourselves to John and to everyone else. John disappeared because John had nothing else to say. John's just throwing out insults that really aren't insulting anyone. Big man, my Dukes let me down on Saturday. I guaranteed over 70 points. It came up 7 points short. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure why you guaranteed that because Virginia hasn't allowed over 67 points all year. But listen, man, I mean, you were close. They just need better guard play. It's just not good enough. Let's keep it going here. Kansas State. I talked about this before. I like Kansas State in this game. It's one of those kind of line doesn't lie kind of games. Most people will be on Kansas here. I think Kansas State's one of the better teams in this conference. I think at home that atmosphere is really good. I think Kansas State gets some revenge here. They really need this game. This would be a huge win for this program. I would go with the Wildcats here. I think it's a close game. I think they win late. Nebraska, Wisconsin. If Nebraska's so good, why is Wisconsin a 3.5-point favorite? That's my question here. I've not been impressed really with Nebraska on the road. They've been covering numbers. Okay. I don't know. This one's kind of weird. I mean, Wisconsin stinks, but why are they a favorite? They have the best player on the floor. Nebraska, just not a big Tim Miles guy. I haven't been betting on Nebraska much. Just not really what I'm feeling. Just don't like them much. Kevin seems to have a good feel. I don't. This is one game I don't have an opinion on. East Tennessee State, Citadel. East Tennessee State's been great against the spread this year, 13-3 to the number. I have had a lot of games, though, and a lot of nights. This is a game where you're not going to have to exude much energy. Citadel is dreadful. I mean, you're going to have open shots all day. And Citadel's offense this year is not as good as usual. They've lost some players. The players have left the team. East Tennessee State's a really good defensive team. I don't see any reason East Tennessee State doesn't win by 20. The question is, how much do they care about this game? That's kind of the big question. For me, I would lean with the favorite here, even on the road. Western Carolina and Wofford. Cam Jackson still looks like he'll be out for this game. Western Carolina has improved a bit this year. They're not as inept as they were last year offensively. This team only averaged about 58 points a game. They're about 10 points better offensively this year. I think the big question is, can they defend good enough in this game? Because Wofford is really good offensively. Fletcher McGee's good. They can make up for the loss of Cam Jackson. But look, Western Carolina is better than VMI and some of the other teams they've faced lately. Not really looking to get involved with this. I'd rather have Wofford at full strength. Greensboro, Chattanooga. Greensboro is a really underrated defensive team, and they're top 10 in the country on the defensive end. They're very low tempo-wise, and Chattanooga has really felt the losses of, Matt McCall leaving this program to go coach somewhere else. And, they had kind of their day in the sun last year. Chattanooga's mostly been kind of a frustrating program. Last year, they had a great season, but they had some personnel issues late in the season. They had players fighting and just – the team kind of went nuts. I don't know. I don't have much feel in this game. I would probably lean Greensboro here, but it is a road game. But they've actually been fairly good on the road. So maybe go with Greensboro here. Chattanooga's really just not a very good basketball team. Monmouth Rider. Micah Seaborn looks to be back for Monmouth. And with Rider, I have a hard time ever laying points with this group because they're not good on the defensive end. They're awful from the foul line. I mean, they're only shooting 60% from the line. Monmouth gets Seaborn back. That's going to add some stability to this team. It's going to give them more that they didn't have. He's their best player, and getting him back is big. So for me, I don't really ever have a interest in laying points with Ryder. They're another team like Michigan that are hard to back because they don't do a lot of little things late in the game, like make free throws and play defense. And, you know, they commit 19 fouls a game. So, I might consider maybe an over here. This total might be a little too low. I could see it getting to 155 surely. Both these teams foul a lot. Neither team's great defensively, and Seaborn back will help the offensive numbers. St. Peter's, Siena. Siena's really struggled without Clarith. I mean, I think a lot of people thought this would help them a bit, and it might have for one or two games. But truth of the matter is, they're not doing like little things that they're normally used to doing. Both these teams in rebuild mode, a game that I would kind of stay away from. Two bad teams. I don't want to lay points with St. Peter's on the road. Iona, Fairfield. I like Iona, but I think the growing problem for them is always, do they have enough size? Guard play is really good. Offensively, they're normally pretty good. But both these teams struggle on the defensive end. You got a total at 154. I think it's a little low. Both these teams struggle to get stops. I mean, Iona, that's always been a problem for them. And I mean, you look at over the last 5 games, Fairfield's getting absolutely worked defensively. So this might be a pretty good overplay, actually. That's the way I'd look at Iona Fairfield. VMI Samford. VMI is awful, which we're well aware of. Samford still isn't at full health. You got to wonder if that will ever happen. They're way better than VMI. They also, though, are one of those teams where it's hard to lay points with them because they don't defend. I mean, last 5 games, opponents are shooting 51% and scoring over 85 points a game. So when you have that kind of stuff going on, it's hard to trust them. But VMI is susceptible to losing big a lot of the time because you can really just outscore them. You can just kind of blitz them. I think Samford can finally maybe taste a victory here, and at home maybe look to get a cover. I think they win by double digits and finally get a nice win. Lehigh, Holy Cross, kind of a tale of two teams here. Holy Cross, very slow tempo, very mediocre on the offensive end. Very, they want to sit on the ball. They want to play 60 possessions. They're not a big team. They don't really do well at the foul line, but they don't turn the ball over, and they make you work for possessions. Lehigh, kind of the opposite. They want to go fast. You kind of go run in transition. And as many know, these aren't the kind of games I want to get involved with. I don't think there's a particular edge because we're really guessing on what the edge is going to be. Who's going to be able to establish tempo here? My guess is it'll be Lehigh, but I mean, if you like Lehigh, I think you just take them on the money line. I don't have much to really split this game. I don't really want to guess on who's going to be able to establish their tempo. So for me, I would stay away. Let's go through some comments here and see what's going on here. Someone's asking, is the mush on Temple? Or not Temple, UIC. Let's see. I can actually see right now, and I'll let you guys know if the mush is on it. He might be because there's not a lot of games tonight, so we'll hope that he's not. Oh, no. He is. Oh, no. No. Fuck no. Oh, no. Donnie, the mush is on UIC. Oh, no. I can't escape it, man. I just can't escape it. Fucking hell, man. These two guys are brutal. They are brutal. There's actually 3 guys that are pretty bad. It's fucking brutal, man. Fucking hell, man. All right. What are we going to do? Maybe he'll be right tonight. Brutal. Donnie Wright side in your support. And thanks, man. It means a lot. Thank you. Does Eastern Tennessee State win by 50? I don't think. What are my thoughts on Izzo? Will he last? No, I don't think Izzo will last. I think Izzo is Dead man walking, in my opinion. I think he'll be out within 2-3 weeks. Coach K needs to play more zone. I agree. I agree 100%. Might do it tonight. They've been real good in zone. I don't know why he doesn't do it more either. I've said that before. Russell, what's up? Jack Quinlivan, join late. What picks has he made so far? Any opinion on Ryder? We talked about that one. Stop entertaining haters. Just keep blocking. The real know you're the GOAT. Thanks, Young Music. Young Music, it's not about me entertaining them. I just like fucking with them. Donnie just bought some dislikes. Thanks, Donnie. Appreciate you contributing. Interesting to see the odd makers not overrate, even though Iona won fairly handily this season. It's hard to lay points with them, though, man. I mean, they don't play defense. Yep. Britt McHenry style, buying followers. A lot of people have that problem. If you buy followers, you're a complete loser. If you buy followers, you are a complete loser. Let me say it again. If you buy followers, you're a complete loser. Just the truth. Do it homegrown. I did it. Donnie did it. Both of us did it homegrown. Donnie, did you buy any followers? I didn't. That's all good natured. And you know how you can tell if someone bought followers? TwitterAudit.com. You can put their name in. It'll tell you if they bought followers because it'll be a real fake. You can see real followers, fake followers. Jeff, do you think Duke's going to smoke Notre Dame? Yeah, I said they would. I think it's going to be a tough matchup for them. Who's the mush? I'm not going to comment on it. I just know who to deal with and stay away from. If you follow these guys, you know who the mush is. No, you don't. No, the guy's not on Twitter. It's not a mush on Twitter. I'm not telling who the mush is. Because Twitter, it'll get to the person somehow. They're not on Twitter. The mush is Davey, former owner of Ramsey Sports and Outdoor. Tony, you caught me. That is the mush. Jack completely disagrees on Izzo. Okay, Jack, are you a Michigan State fan? Tell me why you completely disagree on him. Let's hear it. I'll wait, Jack. Big man, Bucknell's been a good team to back. Good. Yeah. I know they are. I mentioned that on Blackjack Fletcher's show. I know someone who bought followers is Kyle Hamburg. Yeah. We all know who that guy is. 3,000 of my followers are burner accounts. Yep. Good point. Greg Peterson released his updated bracket this morning. Got his first 4 out. Which one would you pick to make the dance? Which team? I'd have to look at the resumes. I don't have them in front of me. Probably, I don't know. They all have pretty good wins, but they have good. I mean, does Utah have a bad loss? I don't think they do. I'd probably say Utah. Anybody in here know who JH even is? Who cares who he is, Lauren? Why does it matter? Izzo has run that program right since he's got there. He reported everything and handled adequately. Payne and Appling were ruled innocent. But they weren't innocent, Jack. He allowed a guy that raped a girl and hit someone, a woman in the face. He allowed that guy to stay on the team. Jack, you got to take the wool from your eyes, man. Come on. I get you're a fan of the guy, but it doesn't matter. The court of public opinion is what matters. And in this culture, you can't allow him to hang around. It's just not going to happen. Rick Pitino was a legend. It doesn't matter that he's run the program right. A lot of people have run programs right. Joe Paterno ran his program right too. But he didn't do anything when he needed to step up. It's a morality question. It's not about wins and losses. It's about, are you a good human being and will you step up for the weak and innocent when they can't stand up for themselves? He didn't do it. He allowed that to be pervaded through the team and through the system. And D'Antoni is just as guilty as well. D'Antoni's even more guilty. Unfortunately, it's a culture that we have now in this country where star athletes get away with things. It's always been that way. It always will be that way until someone stands up and says, enough, I'm not going to let it happen anymore. He should learn a little bit from the other coach in Michigan, Beeline, who does everything by the book. Might not get the best recruits, might not get the best players, might not win all the time, but he does it the right way, and he's got a very tip-top program. That's your issue there, Jack. Jack, you can't be serious. And Kevin is totally right. If you believe that, you are naive. Nick Foles couldn't wear Case Keenum's jockstrap. How do you feel, Teddy? You feel pretty stupid now, don't you? I remember you were in here. I remember you in here talking all that shit. How's it feel? How does Nick Foles' balls taste? Andrew Rousey's a heck of a player. How would you rank him? Uh, I don't know, top 30 probably. Tony, did I do something to offend you? Good shit, Joe Flo. Teddy, who said that on Twitter? I need to get back at him again. I think Teddy said that. My God, Jack, you can't be that naive. Jack, really, you got to wake up, man. So, Jack, here's the problem, though, man. Okay, when you're dealing with sexual assault nowadays, it's not about being innocent or guilty. We all, as men, deal with it. This is how shit goes. They did it. He admitted to doing it. They admitted to having sex with the girl. It's her word against their word. And not for nothing, her story makes a lot of sense to me. Nothing was done. Agent Payne lived his career. He did great. He had a future. What did this girl have? I believe the girl. No, the court didn't rule him innocent. I think the school decided we're not going to pursue charges here. I think that's what happened here. Top 10 will be out by tomorrow. What do I think of playing a Virginia future? I'm into it. Agree. Big man, I just took Kansas State money line. Are you riding with me? Yeah, I'll have a small play on that. Sure. Yeah, well, it's a shame that we don't have more opinions like mine. Not saying that I'm always right, but I think we can all agree, if we have a conscience that we have to protect the most vulnerable, the women. We have to we can't keep allowing things like this to happen. We can't keep thinking that kids can just get away with it. Kids will be kids, blah 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 blah. It hurts people. It bothers people. It damages women for their whole life. No means no, okay? And frankly, I'm not even going to talk about. We all know what it means. It's just a shame these schools that academics is more important. And I love college basketball. It's a passion of mine, but it's a shame that wins and games mean more than people's well-being. All I do is buy likes for this great show. Thanks, Jared. You don't need to buy likes. Just hit the like button yourself. Um, Jeff Hostetler was asking if your boys could be the next JH. Of course. I think he's already there. He just needs to win it. Due process. This is not whether or not he knew about it. Well, then what is it about then, Rick? Donnie, should I get a porterhouse or filet? Well, you're eating it, so you should make the decision. All these people getting kicked out of college basketball, we still have TV Teddy. Let's get him out. I agree. Let's get him out. I like your code of ethics. Thanks, David. I don't get aroused by making a girl feel awkward and nervous. I agree. 100%. People don't realize that inaction is just as bad. Exactly. And you know what? You know what's interesting, guys? Here's what I'll equate this to. If I have a friend come over here right now and he says, listen, I'm going to go out and murder somebody right now. You coming? And I say no. I'm, according to the law, just as guilty as he is. I might say to something, it's not my job to go out and say anything. I think there's people will say, well, Jeff, you're all about death before dishonor and not snitching and stuff like that. This isn't not snitching. I'm not a basketball coach. I'm not, if I know, if my sister gets raped, you know what I'm doing? I'm going to that person's house and I'm going to cut their fucking head off and send it to their mother. And if I go to jail, so be it. That's worth it to me. Me going to jail is worth it because that guy won't get to do that to anyone else. You know, it's we have to change things. We have to change how this all happens. And if you're a coach, you're the leader. You're the guy that makes all this stuff happen. You're the guy that discusses all this stuff. You're the guy that, you know, is the leader. You have to be a leader. You're a mentor. So that's my opinion. Unlike the past where shit could get pushed under the rug, you can't do that now with the ubiquity of the media. Old coaches are finding out the hard way. Yeah, good point. Um, yeah, I remember that episode, Tony. What was his name? Rick Hauser, I think his name was. I remember that guy. You tried giving him a TV and everything. I don't have any opinion on the Sixers without Joel Embiid. Uh, Other than that, guys, we'll wrap it up. We can't talk all day about this, but I'm sure things will work themselves out. John Nunez. So Northwestern is a play of the day. No, John. John, what are you talking about? Play of the day. I just gave my opinion. The play of the day is UIC plus 4.5. That's the play of the day. Clear as crystal. Damn, son, you're weak from blocking me. I don't think I blocked you. I have also mentioned, Johans, that I don't really block anyone. Matt blocks people. I don't have. I'm working on the show here. I don't think I blocked you though. I don't have an. I don't block anyone for an opinion. I block people that say dumb stuff. That's why I block you. There's a lot of people that have different opinions than I do. I'm not blocking Jack. Jack's commenting on something that he feels passionate about. So, Jack, let me ask you something. And this is truthful, Jack. Let's say your sister is the one that they supposedly raped. Would you be okay with letting it play out, Jack? Because you know what will happen if you let it play out. Nothing will happen. You know it, and I know it. So I'd like to hear your opinion on that, Jack. A lot of comments here. A lot of comments. Big man, if you had a college kid with a full ride to Michigan State, do you let him go? As in academics or sports? If it's academics, sure. They seem like they have plenty of very good professors there. It's the athletic program that has the problem. If he's guilty, it'll be proven in the investigation, and he should resign immediately. Well, Jack, I think I'm pretty sure it's going to be. I think he's going to be guilty of something. But I'd like to hear your opinion on my question to you. Truth, I'd get death penalty, and big men on campus would be out doing videos in 5 years. Yeah, well, I'd try to say self-defense. It's my sister. What I think of the Grammys? Thought they were pretty good. I watched some of it. Yeah. I don't think anyone blocked you. How do we block you? You're here talking. I don't think anyone blocked you, son. Maybe that was on something else. If it was, I don't think it was me. Where are you watching the Super Bowl? I'll be in South Philly watching the Super Bowl. Uh, Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it, man. Ronda Rousey thoughts? I don't have any Ronda Rousey thoughts. I don't watch wrestling or MMA. I just think Ronda Rousey's sexy, personally. But that's all I really care about. Omar Nemri, you blocked me on Twitter. Okay, what'd you do? You probably did something stupid. I don't just block people to block them, bro. So again, you can tell me your name and I'll tell you what you did. I'm not going to explain it. You probably did something stupid. So let us know. Check out Logic's music. Yeah, he was very good last night. Very, very impressive. Would it be difficult to cap from the clink? Probably. I mean, you have plenty of time, but you don't have the resources. It'd be all memory. I, don't know, I guess you could have someone call you and they could give you all the information. Your girl Britt McHenry would be on Barstool Radio. Good. I don't have to listen to it today. I don't listen to every show. So yeah, I definitely won't be listening today. But thanks, Shy Picks. We haven't seen you on here in weeks, and your first thing is you're pumping conservative fucking idiot Britt McHenry. Thanks. We won't be listening. Thanks. I said that your pick was misleading with Central Michigan. You blocked me. Yeah, because I didn't give that. I probably didn't give that pick out, Omar. But I don't know what you're talking about. Furia has a message for Izzo. Send him over. All right. Thanks, Shy Picks. I just don't listen to her. So you enjoy listening to her, though. Is Bruno Mars entering legendary status? It looks like it. He wins a lot of awards, doesn't he? All right, guys. Everyone have a great night. Appreciate you listening to me. I hope you enjoy your Monday evening. What's the most unique thing you remember capping? Uh, hmm, Good question. I don't really think there's a lot of unique. I think I've uniquely capped like the hot dog contest, the Coney Island hot dog contest. I don't really do much weird stuff. Probably that hot dog contest. I just like wanted to see how many people like what they did last year and that kind of stuff. Uh, so I would probably say that. Your best one-liner from a Wise Guy movie? Hmm. I'd have to think about that. Ask me another time. Can you cap Olympic curling? Uh, sure. I'm a big Olympic guy. I did a video a couple weeks ago for SBR for it. Olympics coming up, so I look forward to that. Oh yeah, good call, breast gamma. That's a good point. Beach soccer. I did do beach soccer a couple years ago for the FIFA World Cup for beach soccer. Very fun. I remember it in the summer a couple years ago. Good call, best gambler. Very good. Unders were a great play in that. That's a very good point. I forgot about that. I cap a lot of NASCAR and stuff. That's kind of obscure. Um, no, I would not pick that quote. Actually, I'm not a big Goodfellas fan. I've said that before. I'm not really a big fan of idolizing Henry Hill because if you know anything about him, he's not what they made him out to be. He was nothing more than like a drunk lackey, really. He wasn't like made or anything. Um, I would probably say my favorite quote is at the end of the movie Gotti, if you've ever seen it. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. You can watch it on YouTube for free. Just type in Gotti HBO. The end of this movie, basically he's sentenced to life in prison, and he's basically being escorted out into the plane into Marion Federal Penitentiary, and it's basically him basically talking about his life and how eventually they railroaded him for so long and they try to put him away for so long and that they would indeed miss him for not being around because he was almost in a way, you know, he ran basically New York. That was kind of the thing. It's a great movie. I would watch it. Henry was not Irish. Actually, he was Irish. He's half and half. Either way, he was a fake. He just was. Um, he was half Irish, half Italian. I get what you're saying, George. Jimmy Conway, yeah. Jimmy Conway was a furious individual. He would be someone. His name wasn't really Jimmy Conway, though. It was Jimmy Burke. Jimmy Burke. That was his real name. They had to change names a little bit. There's another Gotti movie coming out. Incorrect. It's not with De Niro. It's actually with Travolta, and they don't know if it's actually going to still come out. It's hit some snags. Yep, I know, George. Yep. Sometimes I have to come on and talk about the mob. I enjoy researching it and talking about it. Uh, he got game or white man can't jump. I would say white man can't jump. But yeah, I would definitely check out Gotti. It was a great movie. Any comments on Michigan State? We talked about it a little bit ago, Jeff. Kaufman. You have to go back and listen. But all right, guys, we'll wrap it up. Everyone have a great night. Hopefully you enjoy your Monday evening. Tonight's play is on UIC, Illinois Chicago, plus 4.5. Everyone enjoy your night and keep updated. We're probably gonna have a show tonight, me and Blackjack, so we'll be taking your calls. If you feel like it, give us a call and say hello. Yeah, everyone have a great night. See you later. Bye bye.